What is up, everybody? This is B the Installer, and I'm here to show you how to install a Eero system here, a mesh wireless system. This is the Eero Pro. It comes with one Eero Pro and 2 beacons here. We're going to put this in a house. It's about 3,000 square feet. I'm going to show you why this is necessary and kind of go over the steps, setup, and then we'll see how it works for this customer. So let's get it done. Before I get too far into it, make sure you pound the like button below and subscribe if you haven't already. And leave a comment to let me know if you have one of these mesh Wi-Fi systems. Let's get into the Eero Pro here. This Eero Pro has one main unit and then it has 2 beacons. I'm wondering if it's going to be big enough for this house, but we're going to go ahead and check it out, and if needed we'll get an add-on unit. So first we're going to open the sucker up. It's got a pretty cool box here. It tells you what to do here. We got to download the Eero Pro app, so we're going to do that right away, and unplug, disconnect your modem, and we'll go through. But we'll take this installation guide out and figure it out. But this main unit has a power cord for it, and these other two plug right into the wall, so you don't actually need they don't have a power cord. It makes it a little cleaner. The installation is a little cleaner with these because you can just pop these in. And then here's the Ethernet cord. Obviously, it's probably a Cat 6 cord, and we're going to use this to connect to the modem that's in the drawer there. So I am going to go ahead and start by setting this up. So we'll have to set this software up and go ahead and connect. One thing to let you know about these mesh systems is you should just do the setup in one room. Find 3 plugs in one room for this and set them all up in the same area, because when you do that, they can download the software updates and they can find each other and they can calibrate and do all that right close to each other. If you try to take them into each room far away and set them up, you're going to be running around to each room figuring out which one is or isn't working, and it's much more complicated. So trick from the pro here, set them up in one room, and then once you have it all set up and it says you're finished, enjoy your network, then you can disconnect the 2 that aren't going to remain in that room, spread them out throughout the house, and then plug them back in, and the system will recalibrate and connect to each other, and you'll be solid. So make sure to just get it done in this room, which I'm going to show you how to do right now. So the card here says to download the app. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to download the Eero app. The Eero app, I'm saying that wrong. Okay, so we're going to create an account. So each time we do this, we have to create an account for your customer. So I'm going to go ahead and burn through this and we'll get to the end. Agree to the terms and condition. There we go. And it's given us a confirmation code. So now we're going to go ahead and check that confirmation code to the email address. So we have the code, enter the code from the customer's email, and that gets us set up. So now what it wants us to do is to disconnect from the old network. It looks like we're still on the old network. So we're going to turn off your existing router by unplugging its power source and forget this name. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with that setup, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off that Wi-Fi set. So now I disconnected the power to this AT&T guy, which is going to be down here, but I pulled it up so we can see. And now we're going to follow the steps that Eero give us. So it says, what are you going to connect? We're going to connect the Eero Pro. Okay, here's what you need. You need the Eero Pro, you need a power cord, you need Ethernet cord, and the modem. So we have all these things. The modem is what the company gives you, whether it's AT&T, Spectrum, Cox, or whoever. They're going to give you that router modem. You're not going to use the router portion of it. You're going to turn that router off. So whatever network that they had given you, that name and information, you need to disconnect all of your devices from that old name, and we're going to create a new one here, so you're going to connect to the new one. I'm going to go ahead and click start so we can move forward. Okay, so it says unplug modem and old router, so we've already done that. Now it says connect the Eero Pro to the modem, so we're going to do that right now. So I ran the cord down below. I ran it so that when I'm finished here, I can just connect it and throw this modem back in this drawer here. It's not going to be relevant to have it out anymore because this is not going to have a Wi-Fi signal coming out of it anymore. We're just going to use this to send a hardline signal to the Eero Pro, and that is what is going to have the Wi-Fi signal. So just connect that, connect your Eero to this with a Ethernet cord, okay, and that's the first step. So now we're going to turn the power on to the modem router that they had given us from AT&T, and we're going to turn on the Eero power. So as per the instructions, we're going to go ahead and we plug back in the AT&T modem router, and we're plugging in our first Eero, which is the Eero Pro, and it has a white light that comes on, so you know it's starting to boot up when that white light comes on. And that is the first step for any of these mesh systems, is they need to find that first node or unit or whatever. So right now the gateway Eero setup says looking for your Eero Pro. And by doing that, it kind of messes with your Wi-Fi on your phone. It'll trigger and turn off your Wi-Fi and turn off some of your settings. It's currently using Bluetooth to connect to my phone, and like I think it's near field communication. It's kind of using this how close it is to my phone to connect, and it's kind of bugging out my watch, I can see, so it's making some adjustments to the connectivity of my phone in order to connect to the Eero. So we're going through that setup, so we'll just let that happen. Now the light just went from white to blue, so we're making some progress here, and we're just going to let it keep doing its thing here. So now it says Eero Pro detected. Let's set up its location and create your network. So we're going to hit next. Okay, this is actually in the office, so we're gonna go ahead and just connect office. This is the point where you're gonna give it a name and a password, but for right now, I'm just gonna add in what the customer had asked for with regards to their name. And now that we have the password and information, it's gonna go ahead and set up that network. So go ahead and give it a network name and a password, and then let's move forward. Okay, it says, boom, your network has been created. So we're gonna hit next. And so now it says, let's continue setup with a beacon. So again, we're just gonna do it in the same room here. So we're gonna connect one. See, so it says, help us understand your home and shape and home. And while it may give us an idea of what to do, we're gonna just do this in the same room. So this is a square, it's 2 floors. We're gonna hit next. It's gonna kind of give us an understanding of where to put them. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the next tip. It says, do not put it under things, put it up on top. Those are good tips too. And it says, keep it away from other electronics. Cool. So we're gonna try to follow their tips. It's also letting us know that they're night lights. That's pretty cool. So you can put them in the hallway. If it's dark, it'll like pop on as a night light. Sweet. All right, so we're gonna just skip the placement guide, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug these 2 in. So it says avoid placing it upside down. Okay, so now it says looking for the beacon. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these beacons in. So again, we're just gonna pop these in the same room here. And there's one beacon there, and we're gonna come back out. And it's looking for that beacon right now. So there, it found it's detected. So that says run placement test. We're testing the placement. Again, I'm not too worried about this. I'm setting these up in one room to make this go quicker. It says you placed it like a champ. Good job. So this one is gonna go out in the family room or in the kitchen. So I'm just gonna call it family room. Just remember what you call these, even though we're in one room and we're naming them all, just remember which you've named for what room, and then when I take them out to the other rooms and place them, we'll be good. Again, this is just saving us time, because if I was running out to the kitchen to see if it's connected and then running back, and if we run into a problem, we would be like, okay, I don't know which one's the problem, I don't know which one's causing the problem, so now I gotta go out to the kitchen and see if that has a blue light or a white light. So the point is it's just really nice to have them all set up in one room. So it says it's success, it's set up. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set up one more. Actually, I have one more area. I'm just gonna connect this into the surge protector. This is the last beacon. And again, just to save time, I'm just throwing the beacon in here, and I'm just connecting it right into the surge protector in the same room. That way we know it's working, and I'll move that one into the upstairs of the house. So it's starting up. It's gonna probably take about 30 seconds to kick in. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hit continuous setup now that we have it plugged in. Plug in Eero beacon, yes, we're plugged in. Eero beacon detected, there we go. We can run a placement test again. It's gonna tell me I'm a genius once more because I put them right next to each other. Look at that, I'm a champion again. All right, great. So now we're done with that one. We're gonna call this one master. Let's just call it master bedroom. So the one in here is the master. The one underneath the other cabinet is the kitchen or the family room. So we know that we have all 3 beacons working. Now we're connecting to the internet, and we're gonna just let them do any system updates while we're in this room. It's gonna take about 15 minutes to update the network. So we're gonna let it download this software update. And when we're finished with the software update, we'll come back and let you see us move them around into the house, and we'll run some speed tests and make sure that it's working well. There you go, success. Your network is up to date. Go ahead and hit done. I'm gonna dismiss kind of the Amazon Wi-Fi simple setup, we're good. But here we go, there's our home page. It has, everything looks good, there we go, €3. It has kind of the download, upload speed. They have AT&T fiber, so pretty solid speeds. Not everyone's gonna have that speed. But the good thing about the Eero is that it's gonna be consistent, solid throughout the house. And now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna place the other 2 beacons throughout the house to make this Wi-Fi network expansive, because right now, all we've done is made it super solid in this room. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move these beacons throughout the house, and I'm just gonna pop these 2 off. So we'll grab this beacon, and we're gonna go ahead and grab this beacon, and I'm gonna take them throughout the house and plug them in. So we'll go ahead and find good areas for these throughout the house. So first we're gonna go out here into the kitchen area. Right there, we're gonna start that one up. And that one is gonna be halfway between this office and out in the living room. So in order to get that area, we're gonna set that beacon right here. And then the other beacon, we're gonna go upstairs, and I'm gonna use and triangulate based on where that beacon is. I'm gonna go above it, because these beacons can go 1 floor up easily, and then I'm gonna use the distance to extend it a little further. So right here is where the office would be below us. And in this area over here, we have that beacon below us right in this area. And so I'm gonna utilize the distance, like I said, and I'm gonna put that one, this next one, over here in the bedroom, and I'm gonna start with this power outlet right here, because it's almost all the way to the master, but from this point, it'll be able to reach the master and cover this area up here, but it's still close enough to the other 2 beacons that I think that's probably the perfect placement. If not, we can bring it into this one right here, this power outlet right there, or we can also put it below the TV right there. But I think having it in the hallway here is gonna be good, because it's right above the other one, and I think it can still get out to this area. Originally my plan was maybe to bring it a little bit further to this one, but we'll go ahead and let it recalibrate and set back up for this area and see if it reaches all the corners of the house. And again, if we need to, we can always add 1 more. So we're all set up here, and everything looks good, and they even say everything looks good. We have 3 different devices spread throughout the house. We took them out of this office that we set them up in and ran them to different areas in the house. I double checked them, they're good quality. I did put in the wrong password. They did want to change the password. So I went into up into the left, the 3 lines, and I went into network settings, and I did change the password right here. And when I changed the password, it actually kicked me off of the internet and said no internet. So I had to go back into my internet settings, and I had to reconnect to that network again with the new password. So it's secure and make sure even the device you're using has to reconnect to that device. So I'm gonna go ahead and do speed tests on a independent third-party speed test platform. I don't wanna use the one that they give you. It always just fluffs the speed. I've noticed that with Eero, I've noticed that with Orbi. It just tells you you're getting 1 billion megabits per second when you use their own speed test. So we'll go ahead and use the speed test. We're gonna check the speed in this room right here. Right next to the main one, look at that, we're at 360 megabits per second. That's very fast with this AT&T fiber. And wow, look at that, 370 upload. So that's very fast. Let's go ahead and see if we can replicate that throughout the house. So first we'll go out into the kitchen area. Maybe a little loud out here, people are still doing some work. There's that one.
What's this one though?
Gonna work into the corner here by where the TV is. And we'll retest the speed over here. See how fast the speed is over here in the corner. So we're down to about 100, 110. And it's uploading over 100 too. So we're still 100 and 100, which is very fast. Let's go ahead and check upstairs. Go ahead and hit go. Again, I have it in airplane mode, and then I turn back on the Wi-Fi only so that my cell phone is not going to contribute to the speed, or it's not going to choose the cellular network over your Wi-Fi. Just go ahead and do that to make sure that you're getting the true speed. Up here in the corner, we're getting 130 download and only 12 or 13 upload. So there's a little fall off in this back corner. It shows 5 bars. Again, you can have some inconsistencies with AT&T. For the most part, even with those speeds, you're going to be just fine streaming. I'd like to see them be in over 100 each, but I think we're solid. We've tested the speed in the different areas, and they all went great except for up in the master bedroom. We were a little bit slower, but still very fast, and I think it was probably more just the AT&T's inconsistency, because I was getting 3 or 4 bars. So I'm very happy with the speed here. You want speed everywhere. You want connectivity. You want to be able to stream and use all the different programs. But I'm pretty confident that they're going to be able to do that here. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's a good learning experience. And let me know below if you have any comments or questions. Go ahead and pound that like button and subscribe to get more videos like this. And just remember, if you follow my directions on these, you can always be the installer.